Gamersupps is great. You might know I talk about it quite often in my videos. I drink it every single day of my life. I find it's useful as my caffeine source for work. But there's actually some areas that, aside from the really great points, it's delicious, it lasts a long time, doesn't taste all chemically, has a nice smooth taper off. It actually has some aspects which I could relate to the kind of losers that end up getting blocked by me in the industry. Like, for example, it has 0 calories. Well, less than 1 calorie. So as a result, same sense, you know, you don't imagine they've got a lot to work with themselves. They're not really burning a lot themselves, thinking up some of the things that they say to me to get blocked, are they? It's got 0 fillers. That's why you can get a tiny little top like that with 60 or like that with 100. Could just fit right in your pocket. Same as they have 0 power over me. That's why they're just bleating on the internet. Someone fire this guy. Get him off the internet. It has 0 carbs. So if you're someone who likes to do keto, this is a great little supplement for your diet, right? It's a great way to maybe get your caffeine in and not have to worry about some of the things people might sneak into something if you go to a shop, right? In the same way as they have 0 relevance. That's why they're a guy with like 500 followers, 1,000 followers, like every single place I've ever been in their bio, whereas I'm just balling out of control. Don't even need the places I worked in my bio. Still raking in dem 6 figures, innit? If you like to try Gamersupps, how about use my code Thorin, Thorin, for 10% off at Gamersupps.gg. Some of the flavours I enjoy, one of my favourites right now is Cherry Limesicle. This is by someone called Sweatsicle, whoever that is. It's just delicious, like as you imagine, it's cherry lime. I like this new one, White Grapefruit. Actually is kind of like the grapefruit taste, a tiny bit sour. It's got some sweetness. It's got like quite a nice body to it, this one. If you're one of those kind of a bit freaky people, maybe you want to try anime girl thigh. Not really my thing, but apparently it's like orange dreamsicle, whatever that is. So if that sounds delicious to you, check it out. Of course, they've got all the shakers. Like if you want to put this in here and make her swimsuit turn a different colour for the anime waifu. Obviously, they've got that crap. Then they've also got like all different colour, like camouflage. Oh, look at this, bro. I'm really hardcore. I drink my game, whatever, you get it. Also, are you someone who likes anime? Spoiler. I mean, you probably are. The overlap's just a circle for esports, right? Did you know Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't, but it's apparently an anime. They've got like a flavour, cursed energy, which there's a lot of cursed energy coming from these industry people coming at me. And they can also pre-order like the shaker and a bunch of this other stuff here. So check out, obviously, Gamersupps.gg for all of that. Now, you might have seen in the past, I did not only 2 Thorin vs. Blocked episodes, but I did a Thorin vs. Blocked Industry Edition. And you might think, is there that many people in the industry really come? Yeah, bruh, you don't even know. Like the file I have where I've gathered all these, I don't even get like a fourth of the way in before it's like, right, I better just make the episode. It looks like too many tweets, actually. So this one has legs. It can run and run and run and run and run. But as you saw in the last one, what I like to do is, I am fairly generous with like in the industry. Like there are people who've just worked as like an intern or graphic designer, but essentially if they brag about being in the industry, I'm typically going to pop them into this one here. So what I've done is there are also every now and then sprinkled in some ones where it's like, whoa, that's a big name. Like I know that guy. Exactly. Yeah, don't worry about that. So let's get into this, shall we? Let's see who's getting dry roasted today. So here we have a guy called Definitely Not Robert G, blue check. And then he put Robert Paul, y'all, is the actual gamer name. Now, you might not know who this is. I didn't at first, but I'll get into it in a second. So I'll just read the tweet at first. This is at the end of 2021. So, that's right. During that whole thing where women are all coming at me in esports, being absolute shitheels to me. And then I basically clap back a bit. He's one of the people like, now it's time to get free clout by dunking on Thorin. Even though, as you can imagine, fuck all followers. Bruh, I block more people than that in a day when this shit goes on. That's your whole lifetime followers, 112. So here's the thing. He goes, ex-podcaster, AAA game developer. Right? We're going to trust that he is. Don't worry, he is. Snuck it in at the 11th hour, but managed to get blocked by Thorin. Go me. Even after all these years away from the game, I still got it. 113 people max that are reading that, by the way. You might think, who is Robert Paul? So, okay, let's go and look back here, right? Let's look. So he was just dissing me here, like Thorin retweets a dude with 48 followers. Who's dangling off his nutsack? Bruh, you have 113. You're a man right now. Who are you even? When Thorin tweets, virgin chuds get tiny boners. Oh, let me just imagine what other people... Imagine what other guys' dicks that I've never had sex with do when Thorin talks. Anyone? Look at this, still the same time period. If you care what Thorin thinks of you, you lost long before he blocked you. Or, you know, they're just people in the scene. Freak is involved with one game. Thorin. 2, esports is bigger than LOL or CSGO. They're just 2 dudes, me and Semmer, I assume. This is before. What's this? I'm talking about to slap on the wrist, I'm assuming for Riot here. And a day before that, he's just tweeting at me, replying like a convo. Like, it really is a pathetic resolution and a drop in the bucket. I heard of no high-level firings or even real repercussions for the repeat offenders. A day later, he's going mad like, everyone sticks and, get blocked. He's just a loser. Like, just going back. Same time period. Look, he can't stop going on about me and Richard and Monty. We're all bitching about things, journalistic integrity, unbiased opinions. Then, look, but back here again. When I'm doing some tweets here, you literally just described the entire... Now he's back with me. He's joining in. He's loving my tweets. I'm just describing all these losers in League of Legends. It's just all over the place, this guy, isn't he? It's all over the place. This month, he can't stay off my nutsack, mate. I might have to go to the doctor and go, is that something dodgy? Because it's permanent. They'll go, no, it's definitely not Robert G. For some reason, he just lives there now. It's weird how that works, isn't it? Just keeps going down here. All these tweets about here. You can imagine he's one of the people who gets triggered by that etymology tweet I did ages ago that I referred to in the Frankie video, right? You go back, but what's weird is you're going to think, that's weird. All these back in 2018. This is before that, right? Why is he replying to things I'm saying? Oh, here's a good one. NFL analysis. Something about Brady. Okay, it's weird. He's going back and forth on sports tweets. By the way, you notice I'm never replying. These are just people doing something like, look, so angry to me. Have you ever tried loving someone back in 2018? Just some nonsense. Just an absolute idiot, isn't he? Just going back. Man alive. Years of this. Years of him tweeting at me, mate. Years. I just live in his head rent-free. Fully rent-free. How many years of this? What? What? Guys, what is this here? 2015. Thanks to Thorin for coming on and helping us understand the Riot Red Army. And thank you all for joining us. About to go live. Same day with Thorin. Come and join us. League of Legends. Tower Dive. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait. This is the guy from the Tower Dive podcast. Now, old school people might remember in the very early years, this was like a small podcast that had people from the industry and League of Legends on. And essentially, they were very casual. They had very little understanding of the industry. And they would just sort of kiss your ass the whole time. Look, had Thorin on last night. So awesome. I can listen to that guy read me a shopping list. Check out the audio here. And then he puts on YouTube as well. Okay, it's weird. So let's go back a bit further. Excited that I'm going to be on the show. Just shot you an email. Hope it finds you. Oh, Richard's going ham. Richard was on the podcast. Will I come on next? Oh, loving it. And you see how many years later, just an absolute arsehole, still replying to me days before he goes nuts, and then just goes like, just glad I got that block in, guys. Still got it after all the years of you tweeting at me. Because I came on your podcast one time ever. Mate, you have lost the plot. 113 followers after how many years? Like 9 years at least. This is bonkers, mate. So, okay, this is someone who works in some capacity at Converse Esports. Is that even a thing? 553. I'm going to assume they're graphic designer, video editor. Okay, could be working there. Certainly seems plausible. Right, here we go. I mean, I'll be honest, this is where Jensen Goh tweeted about how it was disturbing how people wanted to be blocked by me. And don't worry, because they have so little self-awareness, all the people who have been utter arses about me and Monty and others like that always come out and go, yeah, but I didn't do that. No, I just got blocked for no reason. I just liked them or I just disagreed or I made a good argument and they couldn't handle it. They always come out and there's no self-awareness. So they actually argue, but then you look into them and they are the person you're talking about, the lunatic who just wants to be blocked for no reason. So they go, I mean, I'll be honest, I used to consume Thorin's content. Well, my God, for free on the internet. Wow, it's like we almost had a relationship. And then I realized he has a lot of harmful takes. Yeah, I can imagine. And is so purposely antagonistic that no matter what he offers, he detracts just as much. Also, you see all that. And then also, oh yeah, and by the way, he blocked me years ago when I was trying to have a nuanced convo. Oh, right. So essentially we could skip all the bit before. This is because you got blocked years ago and you think it's just because you were having a nuanced convo. And because you were blocked because of that, you now go around and you've now realised after being blocked trying to have a convo with me, you've realised years later in some sort of road to Damascus, actually he is an arsehole who has harmful takes and is purposely antagonistic. I actually hate him. And maybe I always did. And maybe it's because I'm so right that I was blocked. Like, this is ridiculous. So let's keep going, shall we, though? I won't deny what he's done for the industry. And I'm not a fan of harassing him either. Oh, well, we'll see, right? If they ever do harmful takes and they subtract from my experience on the internet, they keep talking about me all the time, whether they're ever, like, in any way harassing with the way they behave. But he did ban me for no... Right back to that again. Straight back. Show me on the Dell where Thorin hurt you when he blocked you. But he did ban me for no reason. And are you ready? For no reason, right? I've banned them for no reason, and they used to view my content and try and have convos with me. But once I banned them, he's caused a ton of harm in this space. Yeah, of course I have. Mainly because I blocked you, right? That's the genesis of it all. But from that Pandora's box fly all the evils of society and the human personality, right? I'm basically a serial killer at this point in time because I blocked you. But he did ban me for no reason. He's caused a ton of harm in this space. And the nuanced conversations he occasionally brings, remember, not with them, I just couldn't handle it with them, can be found in other industry veterans who don't need to purposely antagonise in order to stay relevant, right? It's in 2021. Let's see when I block this person and see if I need to do this to stay relevant, right? I don't support people being an ass to him, still going on about me right now in 2021. We'll see when they originally were. But I will point out when he's making an ass of himself. To say I am esports, I carry it on my shoulders, is so egotistical and antagonistic that it's beyond sarcasm. Right, guys, hyperbole and laying it on thick can't be sarcasm, because if interpreted literally, that'd be so crazy a statement that makes it then actually literal and true and no longer sarcasm. So no one would ever say like, oh, I bloody died listening to him last night. Oh my God, you actually died. I mean, that wouldn't be funny to die. Joking about mortality. You know, people's family members, we've all had family members that have died. So that can't even be sarcasm. You're just making a statement. In fact, give me a fucking break. Anyone who doesn't get the I am esports thing, that's like an amazing filter for utter morons. Let's keep going though, because of course they don't like to keep going on about me and I'm pretty much irrelevant, right? He has continually shown that he thinks this industry needs him to run, but there are plenty of people in esports who have no idea who he is, let alone interacted with him, and are doing just fine. Well, you're not one of them by your own logic, so why are you commenting on them? And how would you know what they're doing? And how would you know anything about... What are you talking... There's plenty of people in the world don't even know who he is and never contacted him in this industry. Yeah, no shit. It's like fucking millions of people probably work in the industry, right? Hundreds of thousands at a minimum. I never said they all knew me. Why would me being essential to esports and esports history means every person in the industry has to know me or have interacted with... What? That it's actually the fools who interpret the I am esports thing literally who look the stupidest. They just make these crazy straw men, and then they're like the Wicker Man at the end, like, ha, look, it's burning, ha. Yeah, it's a straw man. You just made it. That wasn't actually my argument, you moron. And also, by the way, remember the idea that like the industry doesn't need me. She said, I think that the industry needs me. Right. So we better not find out at any other time. They're like begging for me to be fired. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm irrelevant. Most people don't even know me. And the industry doesn't need me. So why would you need me to be fired in any context? Respect for what he helped build. No respect. No fucking respect. No respect for all the free content and all the things I did in the industry, because you have to punish me and go absolutely bonkers because I blocked you once ever for any reason that you don't think is justifiable or reasonable. No respect. This is not the behavior of someone showing respect for the things I've added to the industry and their life by their own admission. But that doesn't get him a free pass. Nothing would. Nothing in this lifetime ever fucking will get you a free pass. I've said it before, but it's true. If Richard Lewis cured cancer, in the Reddit post, someone would go, well, I mean, you know, just because he did something positive doesn't take away from the negatives, like the times he blocked people who never even interact. That's what people like this are like. To say whatever the fuck he wants without being called out on it. I mean, my God. How dare I say what I want without being called out on it? Everyone should have a commissar of social media who judges if what you've said needs to actually be allowed to just stand as a statement or just interacted with, or if you need to be called out. Because remember, I'm irrelevant and the esports industry doesn't need me and most people don't know me. But for some reason, it's so essential. This person who used to consume my content, tried to have nuanced conversations with me, was blocked, must now call out everything I ever do. Thorin needs eSport. Yeah, you can tell. Definitely you don't need me, right, to keep bloody going with this. Esports does not need Thorin. Not anymore. Why not anymore? It never did by your logic. I mean, most of those people wouldn't have known me years ago either. They never knew me or interacted with me. So why would it need me now or ever in the past? What do you mean not anymore? So you admit basically before I blocked you, it did need me. In fact, you needed me for content and nuanced conversations. And then this guy just goes, as you would imagine, what about harmful takes? Right, here's what's mad. They do the classic lie. They go, he called Brazilian players monkeys. No, I never did that. They'll never find a tweet where I did that ever in your life. What I did was I took someone else's joke about monkeys and I made a reply sarcastically. Are you ready? That's a crazy concept for you. Acting as if they were referencing the Brazilian players. Now, I realized afterwards, because of how people like HLTV.org forum users do make that joke, like, wait, actually, people aren't going to see that this is even a joke. They're just going to think it's like, I'm just joining the losers. And I actually met the players, apologized in person, then apologized in Portuguese on Twitter, tagging all of them. They accepted my apology. And what happens is people act like I just said a racist statement, not a joke with maybe a racial undertone to it or racially insensitive. And they do this. They don't just say, you implied these players were the monkeys and so on. No, they say, like, you just call Brazilians, but like suddenly it's just all Brazilians. That's what I'm saying about everyone now is Brazilian. By the way, that doesn't even make sense if you're going along the racial lines, you idiot. If you actually knew anything about the history of Brazil and the Portuguese colonization, you'd know that if you go and look even at their faces, they don't all look the same shade, do they? They are not all racially identical. It doesn't even make sense as an argument. There we go. Instead of, and recently, get ready for what I did recently. Got to be called out for this. Instead of condemning a fellow commentator when he was being called out for fat phobia in a press room, chose to attack the person calling them out, saying, be careful what you say in press rooms or they might tweet it. Right, wait there a second. So when they say this, instead of condemning a fellow commentator, it was Semler, when he was called out for fat phobia in a press room, like someone in a press room who's a journalist, Liz Miz or whatever the fuck her name is, absolute cretin. Go and have a look at her, mate. She said, like, Jen Semler basically commented on how one of the players was fat. It's like, one, total hearsay. Do you have any evidence of that? Do you even have anyone to corroborate that? Secondly, what an insane breach of journalistic ethics that is. So you're in a press room and Semler is not being interviewed by you. Semler has not spoken to you in a context of being a professional in the industry. Semler is not, by the way, doing the press conference. A lot of idiot bozos went to press room, you moron. Of course, anything you say will be put online. No! Only the things in the interview or in the press conference. You don't just sit there in the press conference and then anything anyone says in that room, you're just like listening and recording and then you publish online. By that logic, someone can sit next to Liz Miz and then when she just talks to her friend and goes like, I've always thought they were a bit of an arsehole, or, I'm going to be going to this restaurant later. You could just be like, press the end of the dictaphone, right, publish that online. She thinks this person's an arsehole and she's going to this restaurant later for dinner. Oh no, that wouldn't be acceptable, would it? That would be an invasion of her privacy. That would in no way be something reasonable to do in a press room, because that's not what press room means, you fucking cretins. So why would I call them out for that? I must call out Semler for hearsay that he has fat phobia by saying someone fat is fat. That means, by the way, when he mentions that someone fat is fat, he actually has an irrational fear of people being fat. That's what it means. Can you see yet why this is someone I might want to have not want to have these nuanced discussions with? And then there we go. As if it's okay to say whatever screwed up stuff you want in a press room. I didn't say that at all. Never said that once. And it's more wrong for someone to call you out on it, right? Which is more wrong, guys? To be in a press room, someone over the other side of the room who can't hear you, you turn to someone, not Liz Miz, probably a friend of yours, and go, they're a bit fat. Which is more wrong? That private conversation, or someone who's a journalist overhearing and going, years later, is he in the news? I'll just use that against him. What about that time you said in private and I eavesdropped and overheard you say this about someone and a player? Which one do you think's worse? If you can't figure it out, you're probably this individual. Are you ready? He constantly attacks people. You're doing it right now. I don't even know who you are, homie. Outs people down. What does outs people down? I would assume this person's so stupid, right? It's supposed to mean puts people down. You're doing that to me right now. And blocks people he's never even interacted with, right? They've even admitted they interacted with me. But as usual, they know that them interacting with me. You might actually be a rational person and just go, oh, you're probably just an annoying person or said something stupid. So they're like, yeah, that wouldn't make you irrationally hate him like I do. So, oh, that's right. He just blocks people who haven't interacted with him. So he could block you next. Watch out. Oh, bloody hell, Thorin's under the bed. He might come out and block us all even though we don't know him. Oh, let's just hope there's nothing in this person's past. So let's just go here again, right? Don't worry. Obviously, after that, they become a complete demon, never stop tweeting about me, even though, remember, there's no reason to, right? But we'll just go all the way back, shall we? What happened was, all the way back here, this is before they're blocked, it's talking about how it's just unprofessional the way I am. I don't display professionalism. Don't display it. Oh, here's why they're blocked. When I did the etymology, that word, which you can go and look up yourself, and all the etymology I cited is correct, and I actually understand what I'm talking about, unlike people talking out their asses. In this person comes, this 553 followers, and they come in and they say a classic lie / in this case, misinformed take, which goes like this, that actually the reason that word was used for gay people is because the bundle of sticks is what you would throw onto a thing to burn, right? So as a result, everyone in the medieval period, they were all just burning alive gay people. That's what was going on. Hence why the saying became like that. It's not at all, by the way. The whole flaming thing, you can go look it up. It's because of the idea that it was like a woman who was whimsical and would be like fly off the handle. And so they're like very flamboyant. And also the flaming aspect, they're very flamboyant, aren't they? So that's obviously where it comes from. If you know, it just keeps repeating this lie. I'm tagged in it. Well, you know what? When someone just comes in with a hardcore piece of shit like that, you just know there's nothing to be gained from this conversation. They're not even interested. So they get blocked. So then you go on, what's this? Wait a minute. Same day they were blocked. They're tweeting this. Oh, I hate Thorin with a passion. Sounds like I should probably block you if I see this tweet. But for real, Monty needs to grow a pair. Oh, why does he? Oh, he has to hate me too, I'm guessing. The day after. The fact that anyone or any school feels as though it needs to make this statement is just proof how damaging people like Moore and Thorin statements are. Right? When I say that word as an etymology, it has changed over time. How damaging. Now a school must come out and make a statement that is not acceptable because you've explained the etymology of the word. Their statements are not only to the esports, it's damaging to the esports community to say etymology, but also the LGBTQ community, right? By the way, in what way is it a community? Surely by your own logic, your internal logic, it's just like a fact of reality in biology and the way your life is. And as a result, like that, the only connection you have, like that would be like saying like the male community, but every man in the entire world, like just because we're all men, we're all in a community now. Like notice how even the conceit doesn't work. Sad. Now, do you think it stops there? No, go to 2020. I can't with Thorin. Oh, here comes the story. He's dining out on a story for over a year. The man literally called out the gold standard for an esports league in the LEC for fabricating narratives. They did. I did a really great job pointing it out. I watched the LEC all year. Well, my God, if you've watched it, then you can probably tell me that I'm wrong as the esports historian. I watched the LEC all year, and they never made up stories. Oh, brilliant. Just a liar then. Cool. No, don't need to explain anymore. You just know truth. You can access the Akashic records of what actually is universal truth. I'm just a pleb just watching the games. Every narrative was relative to the state of the league and the teams. He's actually a troll. Am I? Should we see who tweets for years trying to irritate people on the internet? March 22nd, 2021. I love when I see Thorin trending. No, I don't trend, mate. I'm not relevant. Like, I'm not even someone the esports industry needs, knows exists. I just block people who don't even interact with me. How have I even got anyone left to even see my tweets anymore? It's just crazy at this point. I must have blocked everyone, right? When I see Thorin trending, because it reminds me that I can't see any of his tweets because he blocked me when we've never interacted. Right, we've never interacted. This wasn't an interaction. I wouldn't see that a thing I'm tagged in and is a reply to a reply of that in a conversation I'm in. So we've never interacted. And remember, I'm the one who's like a loser who thinks that esports needs me. But if this person just sees my name, it reminds them of their Vietnam being blocked by me on Twitter. Let's keep going though. Can you link the clip? I'm blocked by Thorin, so I can't see the tweet. can't even log out of Twitter. You can't do that anymore now. But you used to just log out and you could see the tweet, couldn't you? No. This other human being on the internet, like a personal assistant for you, must go screenshot or link the tweet or link the clip itself directly to you, like a butler, like Jarvis. Like, Jarvis, pull up the Thorin tweet. I'm blocked by him. Like, you can't just log out of your account, see it, and then log back in after seeing the clip. No, because you know lots about the internet and you definitely are a totally reasonable, even-keeled person. What do you know? I've never interacted with Lewis, but I got blocked after commenting once on a Thorin post. Oh, that's weird. A couple of people thought you were just a moron and blocked you. But it's one of them Thorin still going on about me in August. That's July, August. Then we come to the final time period where I dare to talk about women in esports. How dare I? Thorin, these people don't want to have nuanced discussion of opinions in esports. Where do you think this is going, guys, right? Is this telegraphed at all? Do you think from what we've looked at earlier, you can tell where this is going to go? Let's have a look. Also, Thorin, the suspense. Blocks anyone who offers any level of counter-argument to anything he says. Not even like he just blocked me because I said something that he didn't like. That's one thing. Anyone who offers any level of counter-argument, you're blocked to anything he says. Good morning. It's nighttime here, but have a good day, Thorin. You're blocked. I think that Tom Brady's overrated. Oh, yeah, I mean, I understand your argument, but he is my favourite player. You're blocked! Like, mate, this is so mental. Then we keep going, because don't worry, how many days is this going to go on? As fun as it is to make fun of Thorin, not at all toxic, not harassing, only calls me out for things I need to be called out about, it is legitimately sad to see how delusional and narrow-minded some of the people with large followings and power in esports can be. Yeah, imagine how deluded and narrow-minded we are, right? How many years are you going to do this for? A few days later, a day later, classic thing, by the way, you speak for everyone in the whole world. So, are we done giving Thorin a platform, or are we going to keep hiring him and letting him make lunatic takes on the timeline? Remember, by the way, now, we've never had any interaction since that first block. Now, it's not enough that I must be called out, that I say wrong thing. Now I just shouldn't be allowed to have social media. Like, I should actually be banned off social media like Twitter, not even allowed a platform to speak. That's how bad and evil I am. But also, I should never be hired, or we shouldn't hire him, right? Basically, you know all the bigwigs in the industry, the people who have all the millions and stuff, right? They should never actually hire me, because in theory, when they're there, big industrialists with a big cigar in the room and all the whiskies, this person pops in. So are we going to keep, hiring him like guys? Are we going to keep doing it? Well, I mean, do you hire him? No, but I mean, collectively, are we going to keep hiring him? Because by the way, remember, he's not even needed by esports. He's not relevant and no one even knows who he is. So that's why it's necessary that everyone in this room, please can we all agree not to hire him anymore? Because he did years ago block me that one time, even though I used to like his content and want to talk to him. Okay, yeah. Let's keep going. Hold on. You don't get to leave me alone on this godforsaken earth with Thorin. No, thank you. Right, by the way, only in the most technical sense are we alone on this earth. Don't worry, there's loads of people, like all those people you say in esports don't know who I am. And then secondly, we never need to meet or interact in any capacity ever again, except I live permanently in your head. That's the problem. And then you get back to those tweets. So yeah, you can see what an unreasonable way to treat people, to block someone like that, right? I mean, let's face it, just like saying someone's fat, that could never be as bad. All the things this person said and all the nonsense and all the rabble-rousing, that could never be as bad as everything I did, right? Oh no, wait a second, wasn't there a couple of tweets after that? Yeah, let's go and look. There we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, you mean like Oh, let's have a look here. My timelines include many relevant women in esports. Okay, interesting. People don't refute my stuff. Oh, but a lot of the relevant women do. So what does this person say? Oh, you mean like Pansy, who has supported women's leagues and opposed Sebler, right? Pansy didn't oppose me and didn't call me out. In fact, Pansy is someone who has told me they respect me. I think they even follow me on Twitter, and actually someone that I've even worked events with in the past. How dare you speak for Pansy? Fuck you. Or Jess, who directly argued with Sebler and Thorin. Oh my God. If a woman argues with us, they must automatically be right because they're a woman and we're a man. I can keep listing names. You can't list any of their arguments or whether they were right. I can keep listing names of prominent women in esports who have directly supported ideas opposed to Thorin's or have called him out. You can't, because you're the kind of cretin who still doesn't know I was never against women's leagues. In fact, ultimate irony of ironies, listen, now I'm going to say this, I'm one of the only people in the current world of the esports industry who supports a league for only women to play in. There have been plenty of valid counter arguments to similar. You keep going. Got a screenshot, hot. Got a screenshot. I'm blocked. Again, years later. How many years later now? Same year, later on in the year, still hasn't figured out how to log out. Everyone's just got to get the screenshot and send it to this person. Screenshot. I mean, it's a pretty blah take, like meh. Now Crumbs has the audacity to come in and say something about me, right? Thorin is being sexist. No, I'm sexist as well. Just on top of everything, I'm now sexist. Brilliant. Wonder why I blocked this person. It's almost like I never miss, guy. My radar's fucking insane. Are you ready? Also, just because Thorin has done some good things. By the way, all the things I've done help women get jobs in the industry, help dozens of people throughout all genders get through in the industry, promote people, work as creative director for Flashpoint tournament that gave out $2 million. I've helped players get into teams. I've helped players with corruption in teams. I've helped people expose scumbags, rapists, liars, murderers, thieves. I've done thousands and thousands of pieces of great content, hence why this moron knew me. I've done loads of like interesting, insightful takes. I've worked, like 73 lands. I was on American TV. I batted with Sha. I've done a bazillion things in my career, documented esports history, come up with half the takes. All these things, they're just some good things. But it doesn't excuse shit like calling bazillion players. Who said it did? Who said it did? And then secondly, why is that still a thing in 2021? Because to a nutter, they have to bring everything up forever. And then what's that they tweet the day after this? You're not going to believe, it's the same day. You're not going to believe this. But posting about Thorin is the easy way to get clout. Mom. So that's why they're doing it. After all that, it's just for clout years later. But how can you get clout about someone who's not relevant and no one in the industry knows and just blocks them for no reason? And then let's look, September 9th. Are you ready? It always goes to this at the end. Thorin has time and time again shown he is a misogynistic piece of shit that has nothing but his own interest at heart. I thought I did good things earlier, but no, now I do nothing good. I'm a piece of shit. He is the type of person that esports needs to work together to get rid of. Or they all need to work together to just get rid of me. Why would you need to if I'm not relevant? Just everyone not talk about me, I'll be gone. He is the type of person, knows who I am as a person now. A cowardly little man scared of diverse viewpoints. It's because of how diverse their viewpoint was that I was scared of it and had to block them. By the way, they were blocked in 2018. In September of 2022, they are still talking about being blocked for having a different viewpoint. 4 years later. Here's a good one. You know Hitch, who works for Optic? I take it back. I said in that video, it actually seemed like the one with sense of humour. He isn't. Because when Golden Boy, who's someone I've met in real life, had to actually just point out that he was blocked. Oh my God, how dare I block Golden Boy? Oh, I've met you, so I can never block you in any reason, right? How dare I curate my experience on Twitter, Golden Boy? You seem like a reasonable character. Good old Hitch comes in and goes, used to be a cool guy with a funny ego that knew a shit ton about CS. You should talk to that past person. I never was. I was always just a piece of shit. Now he's just old man dementia yelling at sky. Kind of sad. I don't know. Right, I've never met this person, by the way, ever in my entire life. They've only seen me in tweets and on desks. But I used to be cool, have a funny ego, and know shit to it. Apparently, by the way, I presume I'm not cool, I'm not funny, and I don't know much about CS. Why I would now know less about CS, I don't know. But okay, in theory, I only gain more knowledge about CS, don't I, mate? And then now, I'm just an old man with dementia yelling at the sky. Brilliant. What a brilliant take. I wonder why this person ended up blocked, eh? Let's go and have a look at stuff they've said in the past. Their last tweet to me was when I was making those jokes and people kept saying like, oh, when Hex gets back, when Hex gets back, he's going to roast this guy. And I pointed out that like, nah, it's not going to happen. Look what I said. I said the last few days show that Hex is the only one in the COD who really knows what an OG is. Because here's the thing. Hex and people like Nadeshot openly respect me and privately even come to me for advice when they want to get in CSGO. Guess I shouldn't have been surprised. My point is Hex actually, I mean, if you also know his background, he understands what like street culture is. He knows what an OG is, that you respect your OGs. So then this guy comes in, basically implies I should buy some knee pads because I'm sucking Hex's dick. By the way, he works for Hex. That's his job. I dare to mention his boss might like me because I'm an OG and respect me. Like, haha, you're probably sucking his dick. Bruh, if there's one of us that might be doing that in this context, think it through. Conky OCE, so he's from the Oceanic region. He's a guy who partnered with a bunch of companies, apparently a pro FPS caster, never heard of him myself, of course. Who the fuck has? Goes, now blocked by Richard Lewis and Thorin. This is in 2022. I have never interacted with either of them once on any platform. Never once any platform. I mean, let's definitely not look into this. So Richard just goes, just a quick question. Why do freaks like you always have to lie about this? It makes you look deeply unwell. And just links to where he's obviously actually replied to. This guy, are you ready? Goes, honestly, happy to have been proven wrong here. No, you aren't, because you would then apologise, retract what you said, and make sure that people know it's nonsense, right? No. He just goes, honestly, happy to have been proven wrong here. He's implied we're mad, by the way, and just block people for no reason. I've never interacted in any capacity on any platform, not even just Twitter. We've never, ever on any website, ever interacted, know this guy exists, but we just randomly thought, like, Professor X, like, there's someone out there in the world. Me and Richard in Cerebro, like, that's it. Find all the mutants that talked about me ever in their minds and block them, even if they never interacted on any platform. Any platform. I guess it's not Professor X there, actually. It's like in Stryker with his son, right, when he's inside Cerebro in X-Men 2. Banger movie. Looked back only recently and couldn't find the interaction, but had a feeling on when. No, you just said explicitly that we'd never done it ever. You never went, I had a little look back, but I couldn't find anything. Many Aussies were blocked. That's irrelevant, isn't it? It's really irrelevant whether other people from Australia were blocked as to whether or not you were blocked and whether you're just talking out your ass. Still no apology, still no retraction, still just going on with it. Now trying to justify talking absolute shit, factually wrong. So then Richard just goes, mate, you fucking rabbit on about me all the time as well. Just absolute fabrications and nonsense, as proven. Stop fucking obsessing over me, you weirdo. And then shows he talked about Richard too. He goes, this is why you're blocked. So then he comes in, he'll never stop me. Mate, I have almost 200k tweets. So you have 200,000 tweets in a bad memory, but you're going around telling people what has and hadn't happened based on other people's behaviour towards your tweets that you didn't make in 200,000. Maybe shut the fuck up and stay in your lane. I use this platform to talk about things I consume in esports media. If you read those tweets, you've just linked 10 in the space of 5 years. Now, by the way, now there's like sort of a capacity, like a rate limit for how much you can be an arsehole towards us. If you've only done it 10 times in 5 years, that's okay, you can stay. Basically, he gets to set the rules. What is it, 10 in 3? 10 in 1 year, 10 in month. Tell us when we're allowed to find you annoying and a dickhead that adds no value to us and block you on our social media account so as to curate our experience and not read your shitty takes. They're either complimenting your work, it's irrelevant, or asking to be unblocked. I mean, it's irrelevant if you ask to be unblocked. None of your business. Don't worry. There wasn't no, haha, I got linked to post and I couldn't see it. And then someone's even saying, like, why do you need to tweet about that? I tweet literally any stupid thing that comes to my mind. So no, it's not a badge of honour. It's really fucking weird and I'm confused. LMAO. Right, so you got 200,000 tweets and you admit you just tweet any stupid thing that comes to your mind. Well, in that case, no surprise you were fucking blocked, you moron. Let's go look what he was saying. Nah. Oh, here we go. He's talking about more. Okay, yeah, CSGO Lotto. Keep going. Get ready, he's a fan of mine. He's only listening to a bit of my video. That's what Thorin says. Oh, here we go. He's loving the fact I called someone mentally ill. Directly communicate with me. God bless you, Thorin. Not communicate with me, of course. He's too cool to care. Defending me. Why he's a beast and tells the truth. Just super arrogant. That's what makes Thorin. So in 2016, I'm already arrogant. I really want to hear people tell me I'm arrogant, by the way. Brazilians are toxic. Okay, every now and then, broken clocks, right? Here's a good one. You remember when Pasha totally misunderstood him? By the way, literally publicly apologised for me and has apologised privately for this. That's why he did that IDEP for my channel. Remember when Pasha said something like, I forget the context of the original thing. Something like that his career wasn't a miracle or something like that. And I said something like, what are you talking about, Pasha? Of course it's a miracle. You were like, I think I put ex-plumber by accident. It was like ex-construction worker who, I can't remember what it was, you know, like just only did like a high school education, but now you're like a famous streamer with a family and you get like tens of thousands of viewers on stream. You're well loved. You've won a major. I'm basically just pointing out like what an amazing life you've got, Pasha. Like what a sick life you've built for yourself. In a way, it is a miracle, isn't it? But an awesome miracle. And Pasha misunderstood it and thought I was calling him out for his ex-job and his family and said all sorts of mad shit about how he wanted Dana White to get me in an octagon and beat the fuck out of me. And that he would literally take a black dildo and shove it up my ass and put it on a website for everyone to see. Like, by the way, there's a reason he apologised later for this. This guy sees that. And as usual, who's gone too far? Pasha or me? Oh, we've got an answer. I've got to have your answers now, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Pasha definitely took the insults a little too far. Just a smidgen, just a little. That dildo up my arse, kicked the shit out of me in real life in a ring. But fuck me, I loved it. So you just love toxic shit, basically. Thorin is a beast, but needs to be less of a cunt. Haha. Right, I'm a cunt for making a lovely tweet towards Pasha about his life and his family. Here's a good one. No, there's just a difference between banter and straight up being a dickhead sometimes. Yeah. Apparently there isn't when Pasha does it, but there always is for me. Like, you get to set the limits of where jokes stop being jokes and just go too far. Thorin is great. Oh, I'm great now. But he's too arrogant at times. Yeah, how dare I be arrogant? I mean, I'm great, but how dare I be arrogant? I have to only think about myself and my own self-esteem and express it exactly to the degree this guy likes, or I'm arrogant. Later in the same year, Thorin is a bit of a dick at times, but fuck me, the man knows his shit. He lives and breathes competitive gaming analytics and statistics. Can you dumb motherfucker stop arguing with him? Lol. Just keeps getting better. Next year, Thorin has to be one of the smartest people in video games. Woo! Maybe I know better than you then what I think and what my opinions are and whether something's a joke. Yet he still cooks himself with dumb comments every single event. Okay. It's the thing about how people did a signing on April Fool's and it was so bad, people thought it was a joke, but it was a real signing. I also liked Thorin, but fuck me, the man does not have a positive bone in his body. By the way, all this guy's doing is just posting stupid shit about me on the internet. You don't have to be an edgy guy 100% of the time, right? Guys, just a quick poll. You can answer. If you say no, don't worry about it. Keep going on with the video. I'm not going to answer myself. In my career, I've done thousands of pieces of content, thousands and thousands of match analysis, all this stuff. Do you think, right, I've ever said things that are positive? Or has it only been negativity my entire career? I'll let you decide that one. Thorin is certainly a man with his head firmly lodged inside his own anus. Remember, I go too far with my jokes and I'm arrogant about it. But this guy can just constantly tell everyone on the internet what I'm like and who I am as a person for years, despite never interacting with me. And I dislike him. Why would I ever have blocked this guy? It's weird. Why would I ever block him? It seems like such a cool character. But he certainly provides some valid points. No, they're all negative. I don't have a positive bone in my body, mate. Thorin talking sense. Oh, I made a point. I made a point, and this is about like No, it couldn't be. I love Thorin 2021, but I also love seeing him get owned too. Okay. I love watching people interact with Ryan at RBM like he's Thorin. I just live in this guy's head rent-free, by the way. Now blocked by Richard. Yeah, okay. What happens after the block, by the way? What happens after the block? Still keeps tweeting. Probably was unblocked at this point in time, I'm guessing. So he's just replying to threads I'm in. Goes straight back to replying. Another totally legit normal person, right? Falkuma, who appears to be some sort of Quake pro at one point in time. So I happen to be in Thorin's block list while I absolutely never interacted with him or his tweets. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Hashtag Thorin. Just wrecked. May 23rd, 2022. 2020, I have the audacity to talk about how the show match between the devs of Valorant and the pros was where, I mean, there was like a CS one basically, if you know what I mean. Because he goes on about how man. So as usual, Slasher, who's perma-triggered forever, has to do some shitty tweet. And then this guy just comes in and goes, 2020, I'm sorry to say, but I've been following the scene for 20 years and have never even seen those nicknames near the top. So he's actually agreeing with me, by the way. He agrees these are all not people. He's a moron, by the way. Volcano's one of the best NA players of all time. NTT's a multi-game specialist. I'm not sure about Xcal and Penguin. And then he goes, remember, never interacted with me. Yeah, I agree, tags me. At Thorin is one hell of a trash bag. Cerner Sandals, social media for Slate GG. Brilliant. Freelance CS caster. I imagine incredibly freelance. So freelance, you just don't even work for real events, I imagine. Imaginary ones too, right? Narnia, you cast in Narnia, don't you? And on Hyperion. I never even tweeted about him or interacted with anything Thorin and got hit with the hammer. I mean, yeah, who cares? It's fucking Twitter. It's just free 1am content. Because someone else complains. It happened to me. He blocked me. Never interacted with me, right? 10:20 a.m. 10:22 a.m. My last interaction with him was almost 2 years ago, so who knows and who cares? Wait a minute. 2 minutes earlier. I never even tweeted about him or interacted with anything Thorin and got hit with the hammer. 2 minutes later, my last interaction with him was almost 2 years ago, so who knows and who cares? No, they never retract the statement. They never say I'm wrong. I was actually wrong about what I said. That was totally incorrect. No, now it's just another bud reason. Fucking nuts. Well, I'm going to be honest at this screen. Funny he took his veteran experience. Look, this is all he shows. All he did was tweet these things to me. That's all he ever did, guys, tweet these things to me. Right, 2020. I am extremely worried how Thorin can ruin the Flashpoint image. By working as a creative director for Flashpoint and exposing lies, hypocrisy, and corrupt behaviour from ESL, he's worried about how I can ruin the image of Flashpoint. All the problems Flashpoint had, it's me, being the creative director, one of the best parts of the fucking project. I'm the one who might ruin their image. So why would I block someone saying that about something I'm putting my life and my soul into? Here's a good one. Darius Ex Machina. Used to work for Schalke as like a content guy and did the shot caller and all that crap. This is great. I can't. Look at this. People talking about like, he comes in and says about how I'm a homophobe. I defended homophobic things and used slurs and all the rest of it, right? Never did that. Never used transphobic slurs. Just completely made up in it. Talkie-casts, the loser who used to like pretend to be an analyst for T1, who I've heard from the actual Korean coaching staff, did fuck all. They just ignore the shit he said. But good old fucking Joe Marsh brought him in, I think. Goes, I can't, because he goes, I'm surprised you can read his tweets. I'm pretty impressed you can still read his tweets after posting that. He goes, I can't. Got blocked by Mr. Free Speech. Remember, it's always this thing of this right-wing straw man that I'm just Mr. Free Speech. After following the wrong person. So it's because he followed the wrong person that I blocked him, guys. Let's go and look at some of the things this guy said over the years, shall we? Didn't view me as racist back then. Okay, interesting. Keep going back. Bringing up this debate, of course. Now my fans, you can just tell me who my fans are. People who like me are my fans, and therefore do all this. Okay, great, keep going. Then my political views can be summed up as a guy who just discovered what Reddit was and stumbled upon the red pill. Brilliant. What happened to this tweet? Deleted. Oh, interesting. Oh. He has a lot of respect for me, doesn't, by the way he behaved. But I low-key feel like he's one tweet away from linking research that chemtrails are real. Now he knows whether chemtrails are real or not. Interesting. Okay. Because I pointed out that casters were gaming the MVP system to get the player they want to win. By the way, you could see the fucking votes. You can go and see that when this is in spring, they would just give Jensen third place mid or not even put him as mid. And then they'd put Bjergsen number one so that even if Jensen got enough votes, he could never win MVP. I mean, that's just provable, isn't it? But no, that's like saying that chemtrails exist, which to this guy's an absurd premise, right? So let's keep going. He comes back from his Twitter haters to see really stupid tweets from Thorin. Okay. Oh my goodness, wait, I even liked one of his interviews. Still going to be a cunt to me. Don't worry about that. I fail to see how Thorin is still being taken seriously. Then I remind myself that Trump is unironically president of the United States of America. Brilliant. In this guy's head forever. The fact that both Gilius and Thorin disagree with me is probably a good sign that I'm correct. When you watch these videos, do these people come across as correct, sane, on the right side of history, like the sort of people you'd want to hang out with and have a... No, they don't, do they though? They don't, though, do they? Okay. You don't give the UL. That said, didn't give the UL owner shit for his stupid sexist joke, but at the same time ignore everything Thorin has said in the past. He ain't no saint either. Thorin's first point, women are not as competitive as men biologically. This goes against all modern scientific findings. All modern scientific findings find that women biologically are as competitive as men. Blanket statement. Not only do women on average become more and more competitive in modern civilizations due to having more freedom. There have also been studies that, well, I mean, we don't need to read the rest. You can imagine what shite it says. Let me guess, do they become perfectly equal or do they become better? Because remember, no one could be better, especially not biologically. Also, if you say here that it's about like civilization, then what's the biological part got to do with it, you cretin? Exactly. Straw man arguments, can't handle them. Yet to meet a single journalist who thinks that way. Let's have a look here. Lots of journalists feel like their line of work was a chosen trajectory. I've yet to meet a single one. You're talking to one right now, idiot. This guy's way more established than you, is way more of an OG than you fucking cretin. So then you go up to here. Even by Thorin's law standards, never said anything smart. That was the one where I explained the etymology of the world, which forever wrecked these guys. Look at this. Because Zeus is putting big, when Navi's going to beat them when they beat them in the final of the ESL Claude, he put them in the trash here. Damn, Thorin got a hold of the ESL account and tried to meme. Hilarious. Yeah, amazing. Amazing, right? Riot have zero control over the subreddit. I mean, Richard Lewis has already shown that they do, but you can just lie or be uninformed because you're a cretin, right? Kotaku has 28 people investigated. Look, but there is no evidence to be found because the evidence presented disagrees with what Thorin believes in. This is about the sexism. No. What I pointed out was that Kotaku unquestioningly used stories from someone who was, and they weren't even evidence, it was stories from someone who then outed themselves as one of the anonymous sources and was a proven habitual liar in the esports community. It was someone related, if you know what I'm talking about, to Daniel Z. Klein. But no, because I said that person's not trustworthy, that means that I'm saying there's no evidence for sexism within Riot, even though me and Richard Lewis for years talked about how there was. Because that's who dickhead Darius X Machina is. Then later the same day, it's remarkable how Thorin can unironically make claims. No, you just did that. About people getting caught by ideology. You're one of them, cretin. While being one of the biggest ideologues in the whole of esports. What ideology do I have? Imagine asking them, right? Do you think they'd succeed and say? They'd say something stupid like, just stinky right-wing republicanism or something. Just morons. It's like he has absolutely no sense of self-reflection. It's almost saddening to witness. They'll still never shut the fuck up about me. The reason why an esports nuclear takes account wouldn't work is because it'd just be all my tweets, wouldn't it? Haha, Thorin talking about League in 2K19. I can't believe there's still community members supporting this guy. Years later, still talking about me. Just Thorin promoting sexist garbage mindset and not evidently even knowing what the word gaslighting even means. Anytime you use gaslighting, left-wing people just go, that's not how it's used. You don't even know what it means, which ironically is them gaslighting you about the word gaslighting. What a fucking muppet this guy is. Unbelievable. Same day, I legit don't get how you can enjoy the content of someone who has his head up his arse as much as Thorin does, but you do you. Okay, brilliant. No one in Europe, by the way. Platform isn't good enough. Oh, look at this. I speak to managers. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Debate me. No. By the way, he then did a debate, which was just complete nonsense. It was absolute bollocks, if you remember it. But look, no one except Thorin, and because I'm friends with Rich, I won't debate him. Pure coincidence he'd only talk with him, though. Now Rich must talk to this arsehole. Then, of course, I said that thing about Alex Jones being a G and then said, do your own research, and pointed out it's just because he was acting gangster and saying funny things. But no. Alex Jones has zero credit. Like, nothing Alex Jones has ever said was actually from like a leaked document, a real thing you can look up online, a white paper. He's never said anything correct ever. Oh, that's like the shit straw man argument he used about me saying about the women's article in Kotaku. But no, this guy has zero credibility on anything he ever said. But I think otherwise, which says a lot about his political views. No, it says a lot about my understanding of journalism. The League subreddit is witch hunting me. Thorin, after repeatedly witch hunting valued members of the community for years, probably, right? Was it on Reddit? No, irrelevant then. Secondly, whoever witch hunted. What does witch hunt mean? The notion of a witch hunt, remember, idiot, isn't that they actually are a witch and you hunt them and then kill them. It's the idea that they were an innocent woman who you witch hunted as a witch and they weren't what they said, and therefore that's the fucked up thing. Everyone I've ever gone after was for a legit reason, and I had the receipts, didn't I? Like you, now you cretin. 2020, oh, this will blow your minds. Because I had that tweet that I deleted, like, bye Fnatic, I just deleted it because more morons were replying to it when they won the game. He goes, Fnatic account, do you actually cry when you delete your tweets? This guy goes, remember when we put out our Jersey campaign advocating for more mental health awareness in esports? Yeah, everyone remembers that. It was such a big moment in our lives. And Thorin's first reaction, remember, When you reply, you can't have any other thoughts. What you reply is the most important thing to you in the whole world. His first reaction was to quote tweet it, calling my boss a robot because he's a non-native speaker, only to instantly delete the tweet afterwards. I instantly deleted it because I just thought, actually, who gives a fuck about Tim Reichardt? No one knows this fucking cunt. It's only me because I know the old school Reichardt clan from Quake and SK back in the day. And by the way, you know why I called him a robot? Not because he's a non-native speaker, because he's one of the most boring, robotic idiots you'll ever meet in esports. Just check out a video of him somewhere if you want to see that. Now, by the way, why would I block this guy? It's only because he followed someone I don't like. Right, let's go look at some of the things he did. I put no surprise that they hire someone like this. Let's look at this tweet. If you look at his recent numbers, 2020, he's facing a pretty hard decline in viewership, to be fair. What's crazy to me is why so many industry people still work with this guy. Oh, it's that thing he said about me making remarks like this. That's weird. I just blocked him for no reason, though. And I put, what a lunatic. I give an example of all the times he's tweeted about me over the years. Then I go, totally stable and sane individual, by the way. What did he say here? Right. Red Eye has the audacity when I'm doing an article, 3.4 thousand words, about Elige, to say, Thorin is the hardest working journalist in esports. That triggers the fuck out of them, because I am. Writing, blogs, podcasts, videos, talks, TV/stream roles. The amount of content he creates is unbelievable. And for a guy coming up to 2 decades doing it, a great role model for the new generation of journalists. Now, obviously, as you can see by the context, he means a role model in the context of my work and being hardworking and well-versed, you cretin. So this guy comes out, I'd expect my role model to not defend the usage of homophobic slurs, explaining the etymology of a word, call trans women men for jokes. Never any evidence of that, is there? Defend the Daily Caller, like I've ever done that. What'll happen is sometimes someone will just lie about an article and I'll say, this is not even true, go and read it. Like, he's defending the Daily Caller and other right-wing shit sites. Say that Gigori only got to go pro because she's a woman. No, I never said that, actually. What I pointed out is people wanted her to win MVP because she was a woman. That's very different. And someone, a journalist who had a vote, voted for her to be top 3 in MVP voting. I never said it's because she's a woman she got to go pro. She was actually pretty decent at the game. She played in Apex and she was on the ladder from what I remember. Call Alex fucking Jones a real G. Oh my God, how could he ever do it? But that's just me, I guess. Here's a good one. He has a very long track record of using or defending homophobic, transphobic and racist slurs. Well, just show me the long track record then. You never have the receipts. If you notice, this guy tweets 1,000,000 times, never got the receipts though. His research on topics outside of esports, like sociology, also a completely fucking made up subject that's just based on mega loose stuff and like studies where people self-report. You know everything about that topic, millions of studies worldwide, is abysmal / non-existent. How do you know? How do you know what I've researched? But he still decides to talk about these things as if he's an expert. You're doing that now to say that my research didn't exist that you can't know about. So what a pathetic thing to say as a journalist. 3, look at his tweets. Did you know, by the way, aside from the fact he worked for Schalke, who then at one point in time was sponsored by through the football team, which paid their salaries, including Darius X Machinist's salary. They were sponsored by Gazprom, a company that even back then everyone knew had ties to Putin and Russia within the state of Russia, and was doing all sorts of things that Russia was doing, right? And you would think about the way that Russia treats people within these communities that he cares about. No, this guy took the blood money all day long. He never cared about that. So then, I've already pointed that out in other videos. Then how about this? You remember Rush, the really talented Korean jungler, who at one point in time played for like Tip and played for Cloud9 briefly, but that was one that didn't work out. They brought Meteos back. Really skilled player, like a mega Korean jungler. It was a real study. He was the MVP actually in the LCS at one point in time, right? Because someone at this point like does an insult towards Faker. Here's what's interesting. This guy explains to him, like, look, someone's insulting Pyrion's performance. And then this guy goes here, calling other people monkeys is also apparently racist in Korean context. Need more info on the context, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's not like there's no reason to dislike him. Are you ready? You're going to love this. Remember how defending certain words? I get how monkeys would be viewed as racist insult toward black people, but towards Koreans? Doesn't then go, I've researched that sociologically and found out that's not. No, he just goes, don't know. Oh, well, if you don't know, then don't worry about it. It's definitely an insult for sure, but not a racist one, in my opinion. Speaks as if he knows what he's talking about and is an expert. Also, one of the most popular insults in EU in general. So I can't really see him being deliberately racist. So by his own logic, he's defending someone who's a possible racist. This guy tries to argue, like, what the fuck, bro? Then he basically goes like, I think it's massively overblown and hypocritical since Korea doesn't have the best history of accommodating foreigners. Oh, right, so because Korea's not good towards Chinese people like Uzi I and calling them a pig and all that, that means actually it doesn't really matter if you say things that could be racist towards them if you don't know that they're racist, right? Keeps going on about it, keeps going on about it, keeps going. So we'll just scroll down, shall we? Just scroll all the way down, shall we? We'll scroll. Oh, wait a minute, you're going to love this. Oh, and by the way, because Khan deliberately made racist comments, then yeah. It's okay for this guy to call people monkeys. Are you ready? Calling people monkeys, outrageous, guys. Especially when I pointed out racially, some of the Brazilians look like me. Did you know that? Have you ever seen that? Go and have a look. I just find it irritating how, for example, this is mad. Rush, the jungle I'm talking about, calls other people in solo queue a monkey 24/7. Now, what would you do if someone was calling someone a monkey and you actually find that really irritating? And you think at a minimum it's an insult, and now someone's even told you it might even be racist. Here's what you would do if they did that. I literally started saying monkey brain due to him. So because he does it, you now do it. What the fuck? Okay. This is his role model, apparently. When it's such a culturally insensitive thing to say, and I know of several Korean pros who do the same. Wait a minute. It's culturally insensitive to call people monkeys. So because Rush does it, he does it back to Rush and says Rush, a Korean, is a monkey brain. This is mental. Rush does it to solo queue randoms, so he just does it directly to Rush on Twitter, as I'll show you in a minute. Don't know, Rush using monkey in solo queue nonchalantly, even though the chances of the person he's talking about is black, is decent. Well, I mean, biology, that could be the same in Europe, but you said it's fine for people to do it in Europe. It's a pretty yikes idea to me too. But we ignore it since we believe he doesn't know any better. Okay, let's go down here. To be honest, I think this is kind of pointless at this point. But I do want to add that Riot Korea literally just made a background check on him. If they deem monkey a racist term, which it should be considered that there are so many, outraged, right? It would have been punished, but it wasn't. So because Riot Korea didn't punish the term monkey as racist, it's not racist in any capacity, even though he's never looked into it. And I'm not saying it is, by the way. And so his punishment to Rush is he's going to keep calling him monkey. So then Rush, this is when there was a tweet about like something to do with Rush joining KT or something. Monkey brain. This was where Rush has deleted this now. Monkey brain. Another one. Monkey brain. Brilliant guy, right? Saber Strike, content creator on Twitch. Content creator of whoever, NSV, official GG. I told you some of these are a bit tenuous. Goes, well, I've never followed Thorin or read any of his tweets. Never even read a tweet of mine. So not sure where I'm blocked, but eye for an eye, I say at this point in time. By the way, the best part of this is, by their logic, they've never interacted with me at all. But because I'll block them, they're going to block me, who in theory shouldn't know they exist. But blocking people you don't know exist is really weird behaviour if they've never contacted you or tweeted you. Okay. By the way, it's not an own. If I've blocked you, I can't see your tweets anyway. How would you blocking me hurt me? Your logic really is, you're such a loser, that I'm going to unblock you at some point in time and go, right, can't wait to see Saber Strikes. What? He's blocked me? Oh, no. Yeah, right. Okay, mate. Let's see if he ever contacted me, shall we? So, okay, what's that? He absolutely directly read my tweet about ye old Alex Jones and then replied, that guy is a joke and spreads unfounded rumours as truth, conspiracy theories as truth. Then puts here, you, sir, are the one who needs to check your facts. And that is coming from someone with a history degree. So because he has a history degree, that means he knows everything about Alex Jones and that he just spreads unfounded rumours. And even though I never said anything about this particular case he's talking about and said do your own research about people instead of just blindly listening to people, that means I need to check my facts. And that's coming from someone who has a history degree. My God. Good old striker. You know, Gummy Gum striker. BoJack Horseman. Obviously, shout out to Travis, the original BoJack Horseman, but the other BoJack Horseman. And also, honourable shout out to Kiyashima, major winner, and in my opinion, MVP of DreamHack Winter 2014. Editor-in-chief now at HLTV.org, but I don't think he was at this time. Now, he goes, don't worry, I live rent-free in this, guys. I'd actually enjoy a lot of Thorin's content if it wasn't for the snide and often just ridiculously overblown and straight-up manufactured remarks about HLTV, right? I now lie about HLTV. I just actually manufacture it. Not just snide. By the way, all this guy does is snipe at me and Richard and say stupid snide stuff. He's doing it right now. Overblown. I mean, that just means you think it's exaggerated. But then it's just straight-up manufactured. Doesn't have any receipts for that, of course. This guy goes, welcome to Thorin's block list. He goes, I've been a long-time member of that not-so-exclusive club. Hundreds of thousands of people follow me. There are nowhere close to hundreds of thousands of people blocked. You fucking cretin. But wait, Thorin saw some of these tweets, right? So what happens is in 2020, he had one here where it said, It's pretty nice to know that we at HLTV will never go homeless because we're always going to be able to live rent-free in Thorin's head. So shot, and then I put chaser, right? So let's just have a look at how many times Strike has tweeted about me. 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 17, still 2020, 17. Then we go to 2016, into 2016, still 2016. Oh, you saw it bump there, guys, and that's when you were fucked. You knew it was going to keep going, didn't you, when it kept bumped at the end? Oh, bumped again. When it bumps, you know, it's still 2016. Finally into 2015, right? Finally. Will it end now, Lord? Will this be the end? Will this be the end of me living rent-free in Striker's head, guys? Will it not? 2014? 2013, back in 2013 when he used to love podcasts. Then he asked me and Anders to work an event in Prague. Right, okay. But is that all? So there's the chaser, just to show who does live in whose head rent-free. And then are you ready? 2020, remember he said this in April of 2020, that he lives rent-free in my head. Then because I tweeted about an article at HLTV that I think he happened to have written, where he incorrectly said that Cloud9 was going to let all their players go, even though I knew behind the scenes, because I knew Henry G, they were going to keep floppy. So I basically said, like, you actually have to be careful how you read press releases. You can sometimes be wrong. He just contacted me on Skype, because from years ago when he asked me to work that event, he still had me on Skype, even though he's blocked. So even though he's blocked, he's now reaching out to me via any means he can think of to get through to me. And he's saying, hi, Duncan. I'm not sure if you're using Skype anymore, but considering you've blocked me on Twitter, it's difficult to reach you any other way. And then he asks me basically about like why, what he got wrong in his post. But remember, I am the one who have him living rent-free in my mind. So here's a good hand. Ha! I live rent-free in this guy's head 6 months later. Hey, you have me blocked on Twitter, but I just remember I had you added here on this defunct platform from years ago. So I'm desperately trying to contact you. Best part is I logged into Skype, which I don't even use now for years, just to find an old thing from like a contact to someone who I didn't have the Discord for. And when I logged in, this was like years earlier, by the way. I got this message years after the fact. I just saw this message from Striker, like, please, you must tell me why. Rent-free, boys. Alex B is someone who's like I think it was the girlfriend of Jay Clucky, the one who made the IME Sports t-shirt, right? Buenzli, who is a personality streamer. Okay, fair enough, you could be. I doubt you have a personality, but you may indeed be a streamer. Why am I blocked by Thorin? I never tweeted about him. He literally made a t-shirt with my slogan on it and sold it with the notion that I'm like toxic and you're defending women. But okay, yeah, why would he block me? This moron goes, because he's threatened by women. Threatened by women, August 24th, 5 p.m. August 24th, minutes later. I'm threatened by women, by the way. So minutes later, rushes in to do this. I put, do you want to be the most, this is what someone said to me, you want to be the most disliked person in the industry? I put, it's necessary. If that's shocking to you, I don't think you know this industry, because obviously it's full of rapists, thieves, liars, murderers, right? And then I put here, imagine telling a guy investigating sexual assault that he'll be unpopular with rapists. Whose side are you on? Brilliant point. Well framed, isn't it? This person, 4 minutes after they said, I'm scared of women or whatever, can't handle them. What was it they said? Threatened by women, rushes in. It's not really necessary. Has to disagree like an arsehole, hoping to get blocked. Not sure if you're trying to compare those you're reporting on to the likes of rapists I've reported on Riot Games and other people at Blizzard who've been accused of rape, by the way. You don't know anything about that because you're a moron. But regardless, because I'm wrong, it's not a good comparison. No, it's not a comparison. I've literally done that. I have literally done that. But it's not a good comparison. How do you know? Sure, not everyone's going to like your take, but alienating entire segments of entire communities because of your, who cares what they're saying, like ego problems is weird behaviour. No, weird behaviour is someone else saying, I'm blocked by this person. And you going, yeah, he's probably just threatened by women, rushing to disagree in a stupid arsehole way and then say, this is weird behaviour, what you're doing. And then, less than an hour after that, when blocked, this is so funny to me, lol. You remember, I'm doing weird behaviour, alienating people. I was actually hoping he'd have a conversation, just completely denies my lived experience and all things I've done in my career and all my public work and tells me I'm wrong and all that, and how it's weird ego behaviour and I'm actually threatened by women. I thought he'd just have a conversation because it's such a weird point of view. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Nick Young, Nick Young, Nick Young, Nick Young, Nick Young, Nick Young, 3.2 through the legs, up and down. Oh, Nick Young, Swaggy P, hitting the 3, walk off and it misses. No more, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's unfortunate his first thing is to block, then subtweet instead of having a conversation. She subtweeted me before having a stupid fucking reply guy response to what I said. But I guess that's Mr. Esports for you. Now let's look what I said in my tweet, shall we, when I blocked them. Woman in the esports industry. Hey, I annoyed this guy and now he doesn't want to hear from me. Another woman in the esports industry. Awesome. I'm going to go annoy him too and see if I can get blocked. Job done. You succeeded. It's fun too because I actually followed his process here. Did I? I saw a reply. Replied on my own. Then I clicked on the profile. I engaged in the content. It's not really a hard reach, bud. Right, so cause another woman said she was blocked by me, you have to go and engage in my content by telling me I'm wrong, by knowing nothing about me or understanding the point while telling me it's categorically wrong and not a good comparison when I'm actually speaking quite literally as well as metaphorically, then get blocked after subtweeting me and then brag about it. Lol, it's not really that hard, is it? The weird bit. Remember, I did weird ego behaviour, blocking someone who was being an arsehole, misrepresenting what I'd said. But this is totally normal, not weird ego behaviour. Oh, snap. Remember what I promised about some big names? Get ready, boys. PiraTechnics used to be a commentator on the EULCS. This is going to be amazing. Because you might have seen the initial one, but it's going to get better. He rocks up in 2022 when he sees people complain about being blocked and goes, taking it easy on the bird app lately. But I heard about an incident involving my friends and Thorin and wanted to voice some thoughts. Dude's been a blight on the community for far too long and needs to go far away and touch some grass. His alt-right BS is not welcome here. Let's see if what PiraTechnics does in esports is welcome here. I'm just saying BS, but let's see if what he did is welcome in esports, shall we? Are you ready? Also, like many of you, no idea what I did to get blocked, but glad I can't see his head-ass tweets. Get ready for why I blocked him. It should probably go without saying as well, but I steadfastly refuse to participate in or support any event or show that hires him or grants him a platform. You would never be hired for any of them. Like, you don't work the events I work at, and you've never worked for any site I have, you moron. And I seriously question the judgment of anyone who continues to do business with him. Let's revisit that premise for you later. TLDR, fuck Thorin. He's bad for your brand and bad for humanity. Just humanity itself I'm bad for now. So then I came along and said, oh, hey, PiraTechnics, quick question. Why did a girl publicly state you got her barred from backstage access at EULCS because you propositioned her, but she didn't want to sleep with you? He never replies to this, by the way. You think the block button is your ally because he blocks me back when I say that. When I say that a girl did that, does he go, this is nonsense, he just blocks me back. He goes, you think the block button is your ally. You merely adopted the block. This is going to get spicy, boys. In case you don't know what PiraTechnics looks like, this is him. Remember this face? Remember this face, boys? I block creepy little Pee Wee Herman looking male feminist losers who creep on and attempt to sexually exploit women. Glad I could clear that up for you. I use a drawing as my pick because I commissioned it to support an artist who needed money. Pyra uses a drawing so he doesn't get sued by the Marty Feldman estate for copyright infringement. Am I wrong? Listen, I may be an arsehole, but am I wrong? But don't worry, the story gets better there, boys. Here's some information for you. And by the way, this motherfucker ever pipes up again, I'll just fucking tell you everything, boys. I'll go deeper than this. So it actually turns out the story, I went and investigated and followed up with the girl. It's way worse than I even remember, right? After the thing where he propositioned her and then she turned him down, so he got banned from backstage access to EULCS. She then made a video about how he'd gotten her fired from LOL King, a site she was working for at the time, because of all this as a reprisal. And so she made a video talking about what he'd done and the fact that she basically got him, he was able to get her fired, essentially because she wouldn't fuck him. So then what happened was Riot, disciplined him, which apparently used to do fuck all. She's taken the video down now, by the way, because a million morons were just going in on it, you can imagine. She even says it's a traumatic story. And here's the thing. That's the thing she wanted me to point out. It wasn't just that he barred her from LCS access. He got her fired from her job, which she actually relied on for money, and went to her boss at LOL King, that's how it happened, and said that she had been inappropriately interacting with pro players, implying fucking them, by the way, even though she had never interacted with pros in any context like that at this point in her career. What happened apparently is she was interviewing Reckless at LCS when he was 17 years old. He like walked in the room and saw her with all, papers, recording device. He just assumed something's going on with her because she wouldn't sleep with him. Like, oh, she must be fucking Reckless. And then at an after party where all the people from the ULCS were there, she was with a bunch of pros that were friends of hers, a bunch, I think it was like Origin players. And he just saw them, and because he's drinking, he gets really jealous and was having a rage in the street about this and was convinced that she is fucking every one of them, that she just fucks everyone except this guy, PiraTechnics. And then less than a year later, she even got an apology from LOL King, did some more freelance work for them, and eventually the website collapsed anyway. That's who PiraTechnics is. That's why PiraTechnics is blocked. And as I said, if he wants to open his fucking mouth some more, we can go deeper on the PiraTechnics story, but that's enough for today, children. So Freshie here, who is a guy who talks about CSGO, is a contributor to Roto Baller, does DFS content. I don't know what the fuck that is. He goes, I'm glad all I cover and care for. Oh no, let's go up here. I actually only at Thorin for advice on how to get in the industry. So this is hilarious. When you're old and grumpy and don't interact with me, this happens. So let's go back and see if he asked me how to get in the industry, right? Go back on his timeline. This is April 23rd, April 19th. I'm glad all I cover and care for is CSGO. The CSGO DFS industry / group of writers and analysts are amazing. Thorin, just an angry old man. Glad that I've made new connections and building a Twitch channel where all we do is play CS and laugh. Yeah, it seems like it. So this is when I was working with Guild. There's another reply, something about me and Pimp. Let's go back. Better pairing. This is, hi Thorin. Betting on CSGO, trying to get information. Where's he asked to get in the industry, by the way? But I blocked him, right? Let's see what happens after I block him. Does he stay reasonable? Is that it? Is that where it ends? Thorin once said config was on a decline and CS worst tragedy. But Thorin's an idiot. Config himself agreed with me. It's actually part of how I got him hired by Jason Lake. And he even says that was like one of the worst behaved periods of his career and he was wasting his talent. Then he goes here a day later because Config must have had a good game. Someone asked Thorin if he still thinks Config is a big CS tragedy. A few days later, Thorin has had me blocked since last year or some shit, LMAO. And then over here, this guy said the thing about Config. So I'll put, who's going to tell this fake CSGO fan? What a mega cell phone. Hey, Thorin has me blocked, and yet he still makes time for me. LMAO, love you too, grumpy old man. 2021. Bruh, honestly, I just want Thorin to tell me why he blocked me originally, because all I asked was how to break in the industry. So now I'm a troll everything he's ever said and will say. Oh, weird. So I just guessed that you were an arsehole, and that made you have to, check notes, become an arsehole forever, consistently, to prove me wrong. That's depressing, not the gambling part, the Thorin part. He's just a grumpy old man. He'll reply to me one day in the future, desperate to be replied to. If we get rid of G2, that means no more Nico and Thorin beef. I need that in my life. Hey, Monte Cristo, can you ask Thorin to unblock me so we can be BFFs and I can share this new project with him? Weird, everyone else in the industry is cool except me. I'm just an old man screaming. I know he secretly loves me as a brother, and then it's just this like shit article they've written about this. Tagging me in a tweet there. Been there, done that. About being a walking fucking hell. Thorin. Look, I get Thorin as basically everyone blocked. And his old age is just showing because he thinks women don't have a right to have a circuit built just for them. Why would women have a right, as in implying a human right, to have a video game circuit built just for them? Why would that be a right? Why would that be a right? What a stupid statement. He also thinks adding fan logic to his tweets means he is 100% correct about whatever he tweets. No, I just think it's funny. I think your logic is funny. And spoiler, he's still perma-hurt triggered because I did fan logic on him for that config shit before. Then this guy says I'd career suicide. Weird, that's the end of 2021, but in 2023, I'm still balling out of control, innit? Sadly, a lot of you like Thor. Yeah, how dare other people like me? They must not have been fan logicked and blocked once. I have no clue why. You were the one wanting to find out how to get in the industry, then share your magazine with me, then give comments and thoughts on things I'm saying. He really believes he is esports, or the only person in esports that is 100% correct. Never even vaguely expressed that opinion. Good job, sir. Hope we never have to see your face on a broadcast again. Everyone gives next year. Everyone gives Thorin a platform by reacting and responding to every dumb shit thing he says. You're just doing a tweet to your timeline, putting it in the CSGO hashtag on Twitter and tagging me, you fucking cretin. You're doing that. Every dumb shit thing he says. Since he has blocked 99% of CSGO Twitter, let's just not give him views, spins, or acknowledgement. Let his platform burn to the ground. Because I blocked him and fan logicked him, I was never be allowed a platform or any attention. And think about it, right? Even though I've got 99% of CSGO Twitter blocked, they shouldn't give me views, even though I've got them blocked. They shouldn't give me acknowledgement, even though I've got them blocked. And they should just let my platform burn to the ground, but I've blocked them all. So what platform? Thorin must run their page, because even Team Spirit blocked this dickhead, so that must mean I run their page. Brilliant. Hey, Thorin, you unblocked me. Wow. So when I unblocked a bunch of people, by the way, maybe I should block him again because he said I shouldn't have a platform. I might do it just for the lulz after this. You unblocked me. Wow. Continues tweeting about me. Oh, January 14th of this year. Take me under your wing. I want to tell the world that Esatag is the greatest CS player ever. How many years later is this? How many years later is this? This is 3 years later. They should have run a CS. Just tweeting at me again. Just replying about config. He's having the audacity to write about config. You did have a peers bar tab with you, but Nico, you would give yourself a blowjob if you could, wouldn't you? Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that Vexite guy said I'm a 4-year-old virgin. Hilarious. He's done me there. He's done me there. Do you just hear everything? Says guy who's tweeted about me 4 years. By the way, don't worry. I will. Just for the lols, I'll go give him a cheeky block. He did imply I shouldn't ever have a platform. Totally reasonable guy. G2 Kylie, who does content for G2, gets blocked by me. Pog. Here we go. I still don't know why or what started this. She doesn't even know what the conversation was about. But I saw everyone being blocked and wanted in on the action. So someone who works for G2, this is how they behave. Wait, Thorin, block me too, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So I just block them. Okay. Then someone says something. So she implies her dad, she fucked your dad. Seems like a reasonable thing to say, right? This is a good one. Someone says something. Why would she fuck this guy's dad? Because they just want to give your parents a new child they would actually be proud of. Brilliant. Seems like a non-toxic thing to say. Pog, blocked. Yeah, what a cool person. So this is Resley GG, who apparently is a project manager at Radiant GG and on some junior board of the 1,000 Dreams Fund. Okay. Proud to join the club of women in esports blocked by Thorin. Right, so just because she's a woman, she's been blocked. That's the thing, I just block women in esports. It's not just I block people. Remember, I'm supposed to block like 1 million people, everyone, anyone who disagrees with me, 99% of the scene, 99% of CSGO, but no, it's just women. If women get blocked, it was only women, and because they were women, never because they were, checks notes, being an arsehole. So then this person goes, yep, and blocking them, women, along with random other women, literally at random. I just pick women in esports, just block them, even though whoever apparently have never even interacted with his tweets. Cringe as fuck, right? I block people who've never interacted with my tweets, you say as hearsay, with no knowledge whatsoever, because you're a cretin. So let's see what you did, right? Did you ever interact in any way? Is work for esports historians so bad that you have to throw a hissy fit on the Bird app for impressions, or then you block them? They just block them who haven't even interacted, and all the women, and just because we're women. Nah, because you're a dickhead. Miss, you are a dickhead. Here we go. Singy, who's like a freelance player manager for ESL, Blast, formerly worked with the UKEL and LDN United and a bunch of different companies. Gang, don't think I've ever even interacted with him. Lol, blocked. It's a real shame because I enjoyed some of his esports history content, but his opinions on certain areas were way off the mark for my liking. Oh, well, if they're way off the mark, you probably never tweeted about it at all, right? So let's go all the way back. Okay, so let's see here. Reddit consensus is that leader is an overrated shitter and nothing of value was lost. Okay, weird. Okay. Then I do some tweet about like UK stuff, Max Law. Wow, covering UK League. I'm so excited. What? There we go. Because I said TSM's accomplishments don't matter if they accomplish them by unethical ends and about how they cheat. Why does Thorin continue to spew such BS on Twitter, TSM fan? I enjoy his journalistic video pieces and historical stuff, but man, his Twitter is hard to read sometimes. Weird. Why would I ban this person? Then, are you ready? Thorin is a totally normal human being who should be a prominent esports journalist. So what you're about to show implies I shouldn't be. I'm not normal for this tweet, and it implies I shouldn't be allowed to be prominent in esports as an esports journalist. Because I retweeted a guy saying that semen retention is an energy booster, but people don't want to hear about it. How dare I? I shouldn't even be allowed to be prominent in esports because I retweeted that semen retention can boost your energy. By the way, it literally can boost your testosterone. No. By retweeting that is an offence. That means I shouldn't be allowed to be prominent in esports. Honestly, if you're pissing Thorin off, you're doing something right. Classic Corp, you noticed there. We all said dumb shit as teenagers, so don't worry about it, mate. This guy, I think, even said something potentially racist that I just showed. And there you go. Never even interacted with me in any context. This is a good one. Pancake Overwatch, works for the CSA, talent producer at Twitch, has done commentary, someone from Overwatch. What happened was, we did a Four Horsemen episode about all that like bullshit sexism stuff within Blizzard where they were being outrageous, like potentially like stealing breast milk from fucking things and having the Cosby suite and all sorts of outrageous things where they might have even bullied a woman into suicide, it was implied. And this person, there's another one I'll get to in a second, right? They're talking about how they're blocked. Oh no, they're talking about how Monty is using this as a position, like, because we do retweets before we start the show to show if the community really cares about it or not, because we're taking time out of our fucking day to do it for free at the time. This person is like, how dare you use this to like farm retweets of women suffering, basically, the support of victims. And then basically doesn't even watch the show, so has no idea whatsoever. So then this person comes in, and then Monty talks about like why we do it. And this person goes, I see both points, because I know that's what you guys do to get everyone hyped. It's the formula of the show. It just would have been fun to see it not be the format and say we're moving forward now with the show because this shit is important and we want to discuss it now. We did, you moron. They always hit the tweet. We've never not reached it and then not done a show, you utter cretin. It's a fucking gimmick. And then this moron has the audacity, you ready? Because it's about supporting women. Oh, if you ever block a woman, that proves you don't support women. Because support women means blindly support every woman ever, no matter what. Otherwise, you hate women. I thought your episode was about supporting women. I have never interacted with Thorin before. Not professionally or socially. Interesting take that you support women. Just did a whole show putting our actual fucking reputations on the line to criticize enormous publishers who have massive influential power and sway financially as well in the industry, but block them if they have a difference of opinion. Okay. Richard even says, especially out of entitlement, to think that blocking someone is not being supported as a woman in the industry. But you can already see that person not very legit, are they? Now, let's go to the other person there, shall we? This is a good one. So because Richard had the audacity to say it's entitlement, I think you can't be blocked. Because this person's a dickhead and had just tweeted all that stuff about, I think they tweet some other rude stuff, but they're also saying this thing, you're just farming retweets. I was like, I can't be arsed with this, mate. We're the ones doing something about this. Did this person ever do a fucking show about it? No, they didn't. They go, I mean, one of the very basic forms of supporting women is listening to them and acknowledging that they might have a different opinion than your own based on their own personal experiences as women, right? No matter what their opinion or behaviour is, you must listen to them and then acknowledge that their opinion could be different than yours. That is the most basic form of supporting women is to do that. All women, that ever existed. Blocking without discussion. Now you have to discuss it. You have to actually have a closure with them and explain why you're blocking them. Sends the message that you're not even willing to do that. No, just a douchebag, innit? Then Richard goes, it's Twitter, it's a glorified internet forum. Fair, but it still comes across as disingenuous. Being on a talk show, talking about the current issues women face, but not willing to discuss with women in the space, not immediately agreeing with you. Monty and I had a civil backup. Yeah, it's because Monty's just got time for idiots like you. I don't suffer fools kindly. I'm not obliged to. So because I had the audacity to speak out against people objectively fucking up and oppressing women and bullying them, that means that now all of that is moot because I dared to fucking block you specifically. These people are so fucking ridiculous. Now, if you want to support me, maybe buy some Gamersupps, check out some of the new flavours, Arctic, Cooler, and obviously, I'll be back again in the future with more industry morons that got blocked for absolutely nothing and more plebs. So don't worry about it.
Welcome everybody. Blessed are those that visit this channel and enjoy the content here.
I've been pleasantly surprised during the time I've had my Patreon and my Patreon community, the Skrilluminati, by both the financial support they've provided and the moral support. And so this video was kindly supported and made possible by Starlust, Theo Buenzli, Ahmed Hadjou, Matt Pugnatio Rajcula, Torin, Jensen Goh, Animosity, Tobias Bernasconi, Bot Pounder 420, Yurka 86, Tosh, and as always, you know it, a special thanks goes out to my main man, Jerky's Minion. Would you like to ask a question in one of those AMAs where I tend to go pretty in depth? Sometimes they even spin out into their own videos. Do you want teasers to find out who the upcoming guests are for the myriad of interviews that I do across esports? Maybe you want to suggest a topic or a guest? We have a channel on my Discord where you can do that if you're at the right tier. And of course, you could potentially take part in one of those lengthy esports discussions with me about whatever is on your mind in the scene. Well, if any of those perks sound tantalizing, put your money where your mouth is and join the Skrilluminati today via the Patreon link in the description box below.